Managing your business finances is not at all like managing your personal finances. But I didn't get that for a very long time when I started my business. If you are ever wondering if you're ever going to get paid from your business, watch this video because that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how I got around that and how I started paying myself. Let's get started. Welcome to Lone Orange Live. My name is Tiffany Huckelman, and I am the founder of Lone Orange and your host for Lone Orange Live. We come here every week, and Lone Orange is all about helping solopreneurs being able to scale their businesses beyond themselves with fewer headaches and more profit. We are building stronger solopreneur businesses, sustainable businesses, profitable businesses, and that's why we're talking about this topic today. So let's get started. When I started my business, I had some accounting knowledge. I was pretty good at keeping my own personal finances and reconcile. I liked reconciling my checkbook every month. I liked keeping my budget. I liked keeping up on top of things. And I also had done some bookkeeping in my previous job. So, like, I kind of understood the bookkeeping side of things as well, which was kind of similar to the personal. So, when I started my business, I thought for sure that meant that I would have no problem handling the money in my business. So I treated my business money like I treated my personal money. So what that meant is that I struggled for years to try to pay myself because I did it just like I treated my personal finances, money in, money out. I pay the bills first, and then if there was enough left over, then I could do the fun stuff. Well, I did the same. I had the same attitude in my business. I would pay all the bills first, and then if there was enough, then I would pay myself. Oh my gosh, it was terrible because frankly, it got very frustrating because I was working so hard and I felt like I was always working and not making anything. Like I wasn't bringing anything into my personal finances. And that's not what I got into business for. Then it was just like having a hobby that I was working my butt off for and not getting paid for. The revenue line looked great, but I wasn't paying myself any for anything. I was essentially working for nothing, which is really ridiculous. If as a business owner, I would never expect anybody else to work for me for no money. So why was I working for myself for no money? So backwards, right? So then I read the book, however, called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I will put that in the chat below. But Profit First is a book by Mike Michalowicz, who writes a lot of books for entrepreneurs. So I highly recommend his book, his work, but especially Profit First because it turned my understanding of managing my business finances completely upside down. So besides E-Myth, I think Profit First is one of the quintessential books that every solopreneur needs to read and every small business owner needs to read because it did take me a little bit of time to grasp it because it literally was turning my mind around about how I looked at this. I had learned a completely different way of approaching money, even that I transferred into my business. Earn the money, pay the bills, then pay myself. Earn the money to pay myself and then pay the bills. Or excuse me. So what Profit First did is it flipped from earn the money to pay the bills and then pay myself to earn the money to pay myself and then pay the bills. And while I sometimes still have a hard time wrapping my head around how that's even possible, what I can tell you is it works. And it even teaches you how to save a little bit every month so that every quarter you get to give yourself a profit disbursement. What? Yes, that's something I didn't even know was a thing. But as a business owner, you can give yourself a profit disbursement. And the way Mike Michalowicz talks about it is it should be kind of something fun. Like this isn't something to go pay your bills with, but this is something fun. And it's just a way to reward yourself for the profits that you have made. And so ever since for me, after going through Profit First and really studying it, really figuring out how to make it work for me, my accountant is on board now. So she helps me track my finances in a way that makes sense and Profit First so that I do pay myself. And ever since I've implemented this, I don't believe I've missed paying myself a month. which is kind of amazing because prior to that, I would go months without actually paying myself anything because I was never sure if I needed that money to pay the bills. So it was just a whole different way of thinking about it. Not to mention being able to increase my prices so that I did increase the profit and all that. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that goes into pricing and profitability, but really profit first and the way that profit first teaches you to think about money was a game changer for me. And so I'm encouraging you to read this book. Like I said, I'll put the link in the comments, and so that you can go. It's an Amazon link, so you can go buy the hard copy. You can get it on Kindle. You can get it on Audible. I know I did the Audible and the hard copy because I needed to listen to it many times, and then I needed to see what he was talking about in person in hard copy, so I could highlight and note and dog ear my book so that I could go back and refer to it. So if you haven't read this book, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Maybe it's your summertime reading. And because you are working so hard, you really do deserve to get paid. I want you to get paid. So if you're not paying yourself first, be sure to check out the book Profit First. Okay, friends, that's all I've got for you today. I am super excited about you reading this book and being able to pay yourself so that you can have a much more sustainable and successful business. Until next week, have a fantastic week.